Well, spring is here, Easter is upon us, so it seemed fitting that for this month's Tulsa Treasure, we would look back at this holiday and springtime through the years. Jack Frank with Tulsa Films is here once again. It's hard for me to believe we're in April already.
That's crazy, isn't it? This year
has been going by super fast.
I know, it'll be Christmas before we know it.
I asked you in the break, it's like, will we ever run out of videos to show,
No,
do you think?
I hope not.
Yeah.
If we do, that means we've been doing it too long.
And we've not done a good job of getting these videos. Where do you get a lot of your videos
Well,
from?
a lot of these come from people who gave me their old home movies.
Right.
And, you know, back in the day, now we take a lot of stuff on our phones that we never really see. But back in the day when people shot film, they had to be more precise and more, because it cost a lot.
Yeah, it was an intentional thing.
Right.
I'm going to shoot this, this many pictures,
Yep.
but then they store it.
Right.
And I would imagine a lot of folks who may have had that material years and years ago, as they pass away and
Yep.
folks are going through grandma and grandpa, mom and dad's materials.
Their garages and attics, and a lot of this, people think, oh, that's just my old home movies, it's not important. But then you see a parade, and it's in 1950s in downtown Tulsa, and it helps set up Tulsa's history, so it is important. You might not think your old home movies are important, but a lot of times they have significance.
We'll tell you how you can connect with Jack in a little bit. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of this video. I love, love, love looking at these.
This is, they just had the Easter egg hunt at Chandler Park in West Tulsa this past weekend, I understand, and they've been doing that a long time.
I love these little, everybody's so dressed up.
They are. And now we've gone from Chandler Park to Southern Hills, where they always used to have a big shindig with all their members, and there's a pink dog. I'm not sure how they got him pink, like dumped him in some pink water or something. But you can see, I love these because you see how everybody got so dressed up. Also, years ago, there used to be celebrations in the school. I don't think they do it so much, but dancing around the maypole.
Yes, we learned that at McKinley Elementary.
Okay, well, maybe they still do it to some extent, but it used to be a big deal in Tulsa schools to dance around the maypole, which I guess goes back to a European tradition of dancing around a tree to hopefully have a good harvest that year.
For the springtime.
Yeah.
I love that. And the beautiful gowns, that was, and to be outdoors with all of that, but that was just beautiful to see in person.
Yeah, I wish I knew what school that was, but a lot of times people give us their movies and we don't know where they came from. Now, Tulsa used to have this thing back in started in the 20s called the Tulsa Rose Pageant and Rose Carnival Parade. Tulsa wanted to be known as the Rose capital, if you could believe that. So they'd have these big events, cover cars with roses, the Sinclair Oil, you can see that, and then parade downtown. I think I was telling you this would have been on 2nd Street down by Cincinnati, where City Hall is today.
Kind of on the back side of the PAC.
Yeah, exactly, between the PAC and the City Hall. And you can see how, back in those days, you didn't have all the other things to do with your free time, so everybody went to parade.
Well, and they're throwing candy.
Yep.
You know, back in the day, they threw candy. That's why kids still stand in there when we're in parades today.
Absolutely, and look at these.
Elaborate.
They are very elaborate for that. You wonder how much time. I had one woman, I'm sure she's gone by now, but she told me that in school they would have the kids do roses out of tissue paper. And that's what they, and then another thing that happened in spring was, you might remember, people who've been here a while, the International Petroleum Expositions out on the fairgrounds and the Golden Driller. And to kick off the International Petroleum Exposition, they'd have the IPE parade through downtown.
Look at this vehicle.
Yeah, that was like the biggest truck known to man at the time, or something like that. And they would bring all sorts of oil field equipment in, and the fairgrounds became a attraction for people all over the world. People would come here, as you know, from all the countries, and to look at oil field equipment and to make deals. And
that's incredible.
And I'm told they even struck oil on a few occasions with some of this
equipment that they had.
And again, that was another good springtime event in Tulsa.
One of those clips you got to see, I think it was the TU band that was performing. You could see them, and then also NBT, National Bank of Tulsa.
Exactly.
That was the big bank here in downtown. So anyway, it's so fun for those of us who grew up here, maybe reminiscing a little nostalgia, and for those who are new to Tulsa or young people, it's just part of our heritage, our history. Yeah.
And if people have old films, we're still collecting, and you can get hold of me through tulsafilms.com.
Yep. It's just that simple website, tulsafilms.com, and access Jack for that information. And you'll be able to get all the details.
Maybe they'll see their movies on Channel 6.
Well, I was telling you, I had some things that maybe you'll want too. So, you know, because back in the day, when I was in high school, I got to be on Channel 6 and Tulsa Afternoon, and I have all of that. So, do you pay for those? Okay, we'll see you again next month, okay, Jack?
Hey,
Look forward to May.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Spring is back, and so are some favorites at Guthrie Green here in downtown.